everyone. It is April 25th, and this is another edition of the What's New and Going On in Games. And tonight there's a lot of stuff going on this week. And what you're looking at right now is Hero of the Storms 2.0. It was just updated and released today. And with it comes a whole slew of changes to their progression system. They have a loot box system, all kinds of different things that are going on with it. I'm not going to get into all the details. If you like MOBAs, if you like this game, this looks like it's going to be a good addition. I spun it up just a little bit today just to check it out, and it looks pretty good so far. The other thing that's really cool is just by logging in, they're giving you 20 free characters. Well, actually, they're giving you 100 gems, and there's, I think, 3 or 4 mega bundles that you can buy for 100 gems, and it contains 20 free heroes. So, again, if you like this game, if you like these types of games, this is a great deal. It's completely free. You just log in, and you got 20 characters right off the bat. So, you can't really beat that. The other thing that's going on is this Nexus Challenge 2.0. Now, my son and I did this for Overwatch when they did this the first time, and they give you some objectives that you have to complete, and if you do, you unlock a special skin in a different Blizzard game. I kind of like how they encourage you to play the different games, and they give you incentives and kind of goodies in those other games. It's kind of a nifty way to expand their player base, and and it gives you a chance to try something new, and you get some goodies out of it. So this one has a whole bunch of different things, though. I recall from the first one, if I'm remembering correctly, that it was just one. I think you got the Genji skin, this one right here. But you can see they've got a player icon, sprays. They got in Heroes of the Storm. They've got some goodies here. And each week they have something a little bit different. So they got a Diva skin in Overwatch, and this hover motorcycle mount in Heroes. Week 3, different. And week 4, you get 10 loot chests, which is pretty good in Overwatch. I mean, it's the whole purpose of my son playing, and he loves Overwatch, and it's all about getting those loot crates. So 10 free for, look, it says after completing 3 quests, play 5 games with a friend in quick match, unranked or ranked. They don't make it that difficult, so it's not that onerous on you to complete it. But anyhow, it just started today, and it looks like it's going to be a good event. The next event we have is Lord of the Rings Online. Now, I actually haven't logged into this game for probably about a year, but I have a fairly maxed out character. I have tons of mid-range characters. I'm what you would call an alt-aholic. I love playing all the different classes, races, combination, mixing them up. So I always, in every game, I have tons of characters. And it's fun for me because I get to play everything, but it's kind of bad because it's hard for me to focus on one and get one that's really awesome. So I get a bunch that are pretty okay. But Lord of the Rings Online, it's a great game. I think it's starting to show its age a little bit. The good news is if you have a fairly decent machine, current machine, you kind of scream through it because it's not very resource intensive any longer. It used to be a number of years ago. But anyhow, they have their 10th anniversary going on, and it's real simple. They've got some goodies in game. Some of it's not that great, but again, it's freebies, right? I mean, free is good. So log in, check it out. Depending on how many years you've been a VIP or a premium player, they give you the character border and then some nifty little goodies along the way. So anyhow, check that out. Now we come to one of my favorite games. Now, Star Trek Online had a really, really rough start. I love Star Trek. I love Star Trek. I love Star Wars. I love all things science fiction-y and space. And when this game came out, there was no question in my mind I was going to buy the lifetime subscription. So I think at the time it was $199, and I had a couple of my friends that were really into Star Trek, and they all joined up, and we started playing it, and literally after probably less than 30 days, we were like, yeah, this kind of sucks. and we were done. And I just felt terrible because I feel like I wasted all this money. Then the game, like all of these MMO style games, they evolve, they get better, they add features, they fix things, they add new systems, and Star Trek Online went free to play. And I was so mad when it went free to play because I had spent that money to have a lifetime subscription. It's like, well, what's the point? Well, I'm actually really glad that I did, because with the lifetime subscription, you get a monthly allocation of Zen, 500 Zen every single month that you can use to buy whatever you want. So that's one thing. But they also gave you all of these benefits for being a subscriber. So depending on how many months or whatever years you've been a subscriber, you get these benefits. Well, as a lifetime subscriber, you have all benefits available to you. So I get all of the things that a normal subscriber would get. I've had them forever. I've had them since the game came out. And I play this game constantly. Now, I don't play it religiously, like a daily sort of thing, but they just released Season 13 today, and that's why we're talking about it. It's called Escalation. So this is a continuation of their storyline. Again, I'm not going to get into it. We could probably spend I could spend half an hour just talking about this. But they've introduced a ton of new changes. So let's move on to the patch notes here. So they got a new featured episode, which is always cool, because with it they always include some new set item gear, and then they always have a weekly completion reward, which is awesome just for doing it that week. So the new feature episode is awesome. They've got these new wargame scenarios that are more of a PvP sort of take on it, and they've done a lot of rebalancing, a lot of shifting around. They've added a new reputation, this competitive wargames reputation. They've done some space changes. They've done UI changes. They've done some scaling. They've got some new systems in the game. I mean, this right here, I was just reading this account Starship trait unlock, which is really cool. You know, if you unlock a trait on one faction that isn't available to the other, it looks like you're going to be able to pick a different trait that you do have access to on the other faction character. So I haven't logged in yet today. I'm still waiting to do that, but I'll have a lot more detail on that today. But anyhow, I didn't want to get into all of the. I mean, look at they've made a ton of changes. This is a huge update, right? It's a whole new season. So there's way too many things to get into right now, but I would encourage you to check it out. New seasons are always fun. They carry with it some issues, and then they have a maintenance tomorrow, because I'm sure they probably found something already. But on top of that, they have a key ring sale, okay? So I am not a fan of loot boxes. I do not like loot boxes. In any game, I don't like them. There's something about spending real world money and having a chance, a very small chance, at getting something that you like. Now, they kind of offset this by including a currency that is only available to the loot box. And with a certain amount of that currency, you can then pick something that might be cool, right? But it often takes a lot of that currency. So that means you have to have opened a lot of loot boxes and or bought a lot of keys. Okay? So the keys right now are selling for, 5.6 to 6 million EC, and you can kind of do the math. There's a conversion there from EC to Zen and to real world money. But this is a pretty good deal because they're on sale as well right now. So if you do like the loot boxes, I think they're 1925 Zen. So with it comes this ultimate tech upgrade. So every keyring bundle that you buy comes with a free ultimate tech upgrade, and essentially that upgrades one piece of gear, doesn't matter what it is, to the maximum quality, maximum level, and it doesn't cost any dilithium to do it. So if you buy loot, if you like opening loot boxes, if you like buying keys, or if you buy keys and sell them for EC, then this is a good time to do it. That started today as well. We mentioned the new Smoke and Mirrors episode, right? So these are always fun because it's something new. It's a new piece of the storyline. And for me, I like the gear and then the weekly rewards. So I generally do these regardless, always, because the gear is always pretty good. It's pretty interesting. They always seem to they tend to release new skins or new items that look different, that feel different. So that looked pretty cool. So let's move on to some of our sales this week. So we have 40K Dawn of War 3 coming out on Thursday. Green Man Gaming's got a sale going on right now. And if you're a VIP, it's $44.99, or if just a regular user, it's $47.99. These Dawn of War games, I've always loved them. I think they're great games. There's something, for me, there's something so cool about the 40K universe. I love how it mixes technology and space and future with kind of a feudal, medieval feel to it. And then you've got the Eldar, which are this really cool alien race that are very techy, and then of course you've got orcs, right? And it's just a really cool game. Anyhow, that comes out on Thursday, and they've got a sale going on at Green Man. Also, at Green Man is Prey. So Prey comes out May 5th, and I've been watching the streams on Fridays. And this is normally not my kind of game, but I don't know what it is about it. It's something is drawing me to it. So I don't know if I haven't decided if I'm going to buy it yet, or for that matter, what platform, whether I'm going to buy it on Xbox or the PC. But anyhow, they have a sale at Green Man as well. Elder Scrolls, if you've listened to any of my videos in the past here about the deals and what's going on, I love Elder Scrolls. I am not thrilled with how they have created these expansions that aren't DLCs, but they are the size of DLCs, and they're charged like the full game price for it. Okay, so we'll have to see how it goes. I bought it because I like the game. I play it a lot, and so I will get the value out of it. The Morrowind expansion or chapter, whatever you want to call it, it's a DLC, really. I mean, it's a DLC that has an extra character class. It's pretty pricey, but if you're an Elder Scrolls fan, you play it on the PC, Green Man's got it on sale here as well. I actually am in the beta test for the Warden, or I'm on PTS right now. I can't really talk about it, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Morrowind being released. So here's Dragon's Quest Heroes 2. Now, this is not my type of game, but I know a lot of people like it, and that's why I've got it up here. It's the art style, that kind of silly, childish anime art style, is not my thing. I never have liked that kind of art style. Maybe as a young kid I would have, but as an adult, not so much. But there are lots of people who do, and I've heard this game is pretty decent, and that's why we have it on here. And again, it's on sale for $50.99, or that's as a VIP price. Sorry. Now, Final Fantasy has their next release, and Green Man's got a pre-purchase going on. They've got a special VIP price. This is a great game. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with so many free-to-play games that having a monthly subscription is a difficult thing for me to swallow at this point, especially because I play so many. I play so many games, and I constantly rotate in and out of them depending on what's going on, if there's any events. So, in my perfect world, I'd have 30 subscriptions going, and I could just log in whenever. But it's just kind of a waste of money in my opinion. But if you like MMOs, if you like the Final Fantasy series, and if you haven't bought this game, I'm surprised. But this is a great game. I do come back to this game quite frequently, and anyhow, they've got their Stormblood coming out fairly soon. Now, the next thing I want to get to is Steam has a Arkham franchise sale going on. Now, these Batman games are awesome. That is, of course, if you like Batman. I own pretty much all of them, all of the major ones here. Origin, Arkham City Game of the Year. I do not own Asylum, but I do think I'm going to pick up this Arkham Knight Premium Edition. It looks like it's a whole lot of game for $15, $16. So my problem with Batman is I've got so many of these, and I buy them when they're on sale, that I start them up, but I never quite seem to finish them. So I would like to get one of these and actually play it from start to finish and actually do everything in it. But this is a pretty good deal. $15.99 is pretty cheap. And let's see, that includes the season pass, which my understanding is it's basically all the DLC that's currently available for it. So that is pretty good. Now, I kind of skipped over this because kind of the follow-up is Green Man has a Batman Arkham VR app that's for the VIP price, $16, and that was released today as well. Kind of to go along with the Arkham Knight sales, but this right here, I don't think it's a game. I think it's more of a story and set in basically a first person. I haven't really heard or seen anything about it, but I have the HTC Vive, and I love the VR games. And it's if you've not done it, I would encourage you to. I think Microsoft stores have the Vive set up that you can demo it. I would encourage you to try it out because it's phenomenal. I have some videos on my channel of some of the VR games that we've done. In fact, I'm probably going to be doing a new VR video soon because I just got a new game, and I'll talk about that later. And it's really cool. It's very unique. It's a shooter slasher, but it's got some RPG elements in it, and some character building and some leveling, and so it's just really different. I haven't seen the game quite like it yet, but it's pretty cool. But I think we need to do a gameplay video of that. Anyhow, that's it for tonight. I would encourage you to click on any of the links below because that does support my channel, and especially if you're going to buy anything from Green Man, that helps keep me up and running and trying to go every week. Anyhow, have a good night and talk to you soon.